Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. I am Dene Herwanto from Universitas Singaperbangsa Karawang. I will present our my result of our research with title Workplace Design Progress at Indonesian Manufacturing Small and Medium Enterprises. Here our introduction. Workers need a good workplace to spend their best work. A good workplace can be earned through good workplace design. Good workplace design is able to support the working practices become more effective, as well as affecting the physical and psychological health, performance, satisfaction, comfort, safety, and productivity of employees. In some particular workplaces, workplace design can also become part of the company's business strategy. The benefit of those workplace design can be obtained through a good workplace design process. The process of workplace design is a complex work, requires a long process, and it involves many aspects in the birth of a workplace. In reality, the practical experience in the industrial workplace design in several countries has shown results are not as expected. More than one-third of the workplace design should be repaired in the first year. Some countries have published guidelines in the design of the workplace, especially in the office, such as Norway and Australia. For manufacturing industry, some previous researchers have introduced workplace design process model. However, those models are more intended to be implemented in medium or large companies, not for SMEs, where SMEs have a role strategic for the economy of a country, especially Indonesia. Various studies indicate that the environmental conditions in the workplace of Indonesia's SMEs are less good and not meet the standards set by the government. The workplace conditions in Indonesian SMEs are, as mentioned above, can be caused by the process of workplace design which is not good. This study aimed to find out how the process of workplace design done on SMEs in Indonesia, especially SMEs engaged in the manufacturing industry. Here is our method in the research. This study was conducted at 3 manufacturing SMEs located in Karawang, West Java, Indonesia. This study began with data collection through interview with the owner or manager of manufacturing SMEs Indonesia to determine how the process of workplace design that had been done on SMEs. In addition to interviews, data collection is also done through direct observation to determine the condition of the layout of the workplace of the SMEs concerned, and measurement the environmental condition in the workplace, especially lighting and noise. The result of measurement of lighting and noise will then be compared to standard lighting and noise in the workspace according with the regulation of the Minister of Manpower number 5 of 2018 to determine whether environmental condition, lighting and noise in the workspace is already compliant or not yet. Finally, an analysis is carried out to see the effect of the workplace design process on the layout and environmental condition in the workplace on manufacturing SME. Here are our result and discussion. The first workplace design process at SMEA. SMEA produces products in the form of various machine components and other production auxiliary equipment. The workplace design process at SMEA can be seen in this flow diagram. The layout of machine and material in the workplace area in SMEA are irregular and not sequentially. This resulted in material handling and the movement of workers to be blocked. Level of lighting in the production room SMEA varies about 14 to 600 lux. According to the Minister of Manpower Regulation number 5 of 2018, the work carried out in SMEA requires illumination with an intensity of 300 lux. This means that the lighting in some work areas in SMEA is below the standard, while in some other areas that are above the standard. The noise in the workplace in the SME is A when all the machines in operation are above 85 decibels, which means above the specified standard. Another problem that occurs in SMEA is a slippery floor due to splashes of coolant from the ladder to the floor, so it is quite dangerous for the worker. The second workplace design process is at SMEB. The product produced by SMEB include the part of body of bus, the pioneer part, and others. The workplace design process at SMEB can we see at this flow diagram. One of the problems seen in SMEB is machine placement that does not take machine characteristics into account. An example is the placement of cutting machines, stamping machines, and bending machines that are positioned in the same area, resulting in a very high noise when the three machines operate together. The level of lighting at the workplace of SMEB is under 300 lux, which means that the level of lighting in the workplace of SMEB is below specified standards. Another problem is the machine layout is irregular, causing the transfer of material from one machine to another due to below. The third, workplace design process at SMEC. SMEC produces gaskets and various engine components according to customer demand. The workplace design process at SMEB can we see at this flow diagram. The problems seen in the working space at SMEC production are raw materials, production machine, and storage of finished goods that are placed in the same area, thus disturbing the material removal process. Besides, the distance between one machine and another is a sequence of the working process is too far, causing the worker to experience fatigue at the time of the removal of material. The noise condition exceeds the noise level standard, which has been determined following the regulation of Minister of Manpower number 5 of 2018. The lighting in the workplace uses only a few lights that are mounted on the side of the production room, so the lighting levels on production machines are under specified lighting standard. The fourth, analysis of workplace design process at Indonesian manufacturing SMEs. The process of workplace design on the three SMEs have many similarities. The three SMEs started the process of workplace design on the construction of the workplace building. Factors considered by the management of SMEs when workplace design only the number and dimension of the machines, and their placement in the workplace only consider fit or not fit of the machines in the workplace, regardless of the sequence of work and other aspects. This study shows that there is self-corresponding to Mufti et al., which states that the majority of SMEs in Indonesia do not pay attention to the layout of facilities and workplaces when designing their workplaces. In general, it can be said that the process of workplace design in the three SMEs has not paid attention to good procedures and important factors in designing workplaces. This resulted in some problems, such as the distance between machines of the successive working process too far and impede the removal of material. The floor is slippery due to splashes of coolant and so on. Besides, noise and lighting in the workplace of SMEs do not meet the standard. As a result of SME managers do not pay attention to these two factors in the process of workplace design. The weaknesses of this research are 1. The number of manufacturing SMEs in this study only 3, so that the result of this study cannot be generalized to the entire manufacturing SMEs in Indonesia. The second, this study has not considered the opinion of the worker in the workplace environment. It is not known how far the level of comfort of workers to their workplace environment. Further studies need to be developed with the involvement of more manufacturing SMEs and consider the opinion of workers about the comfort of their workplace. Conclusion: in general, the workplace design process carried out in manufacturing SMEs in Indonesia has not yet paid attention to good procedure. This resulted in the emergence of some problems in the workplace, which in turn can reduce productivity, safety, and occupational health. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.